Hey guys, Andrea here. Today I've got a hip tension flow for you, releasing all your hip tension. I find that when I have hip tension or pressure, it affects my whole body, especially my low back. So we'll get into this right away. If you have 2 blocks and a bolster, they're always great to use pops, but definitely not necessary. We have 1 standing position, so come to a standing pose, and then the rest will be on the ground. So we'll start in warrior 2. Your right foot is forward, all your toes are facing forward. Reach your arms out in opposite directions. Bend your knee so it's right on top of your ankle. Reach your shoulder blades apart. And then right away, we're opening this front right hip. So we're gonna start pushing this knee energetically towards the pinky toe edge of your foot. So we open this hip right away. Your heart can be right on top of your hips and then gaze forward. Push into the knife edge of your back foot, 2 really sturdy legs here. Take 1 more inhale. On your exhale, we're going to come all the way down to a low lunge. We're going to work our way into lizard lunge. So toe heel your right foot all the way to the edge of your mat. So your hands are inside of your foot. Drop down to your back knee. Nice. So this is a pretty deep posture, especially if you haven't warmed up much before this. So you may just want to stay on your palms today. Your next option is to either grab some blocks and come down to your forearms, or just come straight down to your forearms. Making sure both hips are squared forward. So we hold so much tension in our hips when we come into that fight or flight response or sympathetic nervous system. Typically in most animals, the first place we tense up is in our hips. Over time, this psoas muscle can shorten, causing back pain, causing hip pain. So this is a really, really wonderful exercise to stretch your psoas. And also to breathe deeply while you do it, so we can really find that length. Gently press into your palms. Nice. I'm gonna place my blocks just right in front, just in case I need them for the next one. And I'm gonna wiggle this front foot all the way to the other side of the mat, coming to a 90-degree angle with this front foot, and then a 90-degree angle with my left back leg. Calling this 90-90. So 90-90 is great for quite a few different stretches. So if I find leaning forward, I can get into the inner and outer groin. When I lean back at a diagonal, I really get into this psoas right here on my left back leg. So I'm going to give you a few breaths, about 5-6 breaths here, to work your way around, to see where you feel the deepest stretch. And then make sure when we're on the other side, you do the same one that you did on this side. Again, one of the biggest things that we have to remember to do while we're releasing this tension is to breathe through it. If we're continually tightening these muscles as we stretch them, we're not getting the same benefits as we would if we just breathed. Nice, gently lift that up. Coming into a half pigeon, extend this left leg fully back behind you. The top of your foot is on the mat. Now you can play with this front foot. This can be at a 90-degree angle still. If you're not quite as flexible, maybe bring this ankle in closer to you. You're still getting a really nice stretch through this left psoas as we're seated, and then we'll come into an outer glute stretch as we lower down. A reason a bolster or a block is a great pop is if you have some space in between you and the mat, you can always place a block or a bolster. I like the bolster usually in between you to make this a little bit more comfortable, and make sure you're not leaning all the way over on your right or left hip, and you're really staying centered. Take 1 more breath here, maybe gaze over your right shoulder. Make sure you're not sickling your back leg, squaring the hips forward, and then when you're ready, coming back to center, lowered all the way down. Making sure your forehead rests on something. Of my belly, not going all the way down, so that's again why props are great. So I can rest my forehead on this instead. And again, make sure that all of your weight hasn't gone all the way over to the right or left side, probably the right side. And keep pushing into the left hip as well. Can you start to deepen your exhales in this one? Maybe counting inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently lift up. Swing that front leg all the way around. I'm just going to switch positions so you can see me at a front angle, but you do not need to switch positions. Grab this back leg. And we're going to do one of two things. You can place the elbow crease right on the sole of your foot and the other elbow crease on your knee. If this is uncomfortable, place your hands underneath your calf as we start to rock the calf baby back and forth. Nice. Now I want to start to stir the pot a little bit, really getting into that outer glute, finding what feels good. If you find an area of pressure or tension, stop there. Notice it. And just find what feels good or find what can help you release some tension. On your next breath, then lift your ankle a little higher so your ankle can be in line with your knee. And on your exhale, bring your ankle on top of your knee and your knee on your ankle for double pigeon. So this can already be a deep stretch for some in your outer glutes. So you can stay right here if you'd like, or you can start to walk your fingertips forward. Allowing yourself to release in the neck, sitting your hip bones into the ground, just breathing. We'll do about 3 to 5 breaths in each pose. Take one more breath. And then gently lift it up. Coming into just Gomukhasana legs. So I want you to place this top knee right on top of your bottom knee. So that means you might have to wiggle this front knee a little into the center of your mat and then bring your top knee right on top. Ooh, I feel this one right away. Okay. So again, this may be one you just want to sit right here. You should feel it right here on this outer edge of this left thigh specifically. And then if you want to go over, start to walk your fingertips forward. And breathe. Nice. Gently releasing that. And then we'll come back up to a standing position, doing all of this on the other side. We're almost done. Setting up for warrior 2. Grab those blocks on this side. Heel to arch or heel to heel alignment. Gaze forward. Bend your knee right on top of your ankle again, squeezing that outer left glute back. And again, just working to lightly open up this front hip before we get into deeper postures. From here, coming all the way to lizard lunge, toe heel your left foot out to the edge of the mat, drop down to your back knee. And you can just stay right here or come down to your forearms or onto blocks, noticing how each side can be very, very different for each person. This is definitely my tighter side. And then again, we come back to the breath. Maybe notice where you feel the most intense sensation in this posture. Really pinpoint the body part. Now, on your next breath in, can you breathe into that spot? On your exhale, allowing yourself to release that tension in that area. Gently lifting it back up. Going all the way to half pigeon by wiggling this left foot over towards the right side of your mat, dropping down to your back knee. And I think I said half pigeon, I think 90-90, so bend this back knee as well. Both knees are at a 90-degree angle. And then whatever you took on the front side, whether it was going forward or resting back on your forearms or all the way down. Find what feels good. Gently lift it up. Coming all the way to half pigeon, extend that right leg back. Lift your chest. Square your hips forward, maybe gaze over your left shoulder. Really stretching into this nice psoas right here. And then when you're ready, dropping down all the way to sleeping pigeon. Using props maybe under your hip bone if needed, or in front of you so you can release your forehead. Once your forehead is rested on something, that sends a signal to the rest of your body, the rest of your nervous system, to allow your whole body to come into this parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. Finding that inner calm. And then coming back to those longer exhales, let's try the counting of the breath. Inhale for 4, exhaling for 5. Let's do one together. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're ready, gently lift it up. Press into your palms, lift your chest. Then we'll bring that right leg all the way around. I will turn towards the camera, and then we'll do exactly what we did on the other side. Grab that right shin bone. Either place the sole of your foot in your elbow crease, and the other elbow crease has your knee, or place your arms underneath your calf and start to rock your shin, baby. Start to rock the boat. Stir the soup. Stir the pot. Find any areas feel good, and then maybe stay there, explore that. On your next breath in, lift your elbow in line with your knee. On your exhale, place your elbow on your knee on your elbow, coming into double pigeon. See how that feels. If you want to stay here, your next option is reaching forward. Release the neck. Press the sit bones into the ground and just breathe. Gently lift that up. Coming into Gokasana. Bring the left knee right into the center of your mat. Your right knee comes on top of your left. Your right knee may be up here. That's okay. Make sure that you're planting both of your hip bones into the ground, or both of your sit bones rather into the ground. From here, if this is enough for you, which I definitely feel and I can definitely understand that, stay right here. If you want to go further, you walk your hands forward. Again, one of the most important parts of everything we do is our breath, so make sure you're breathing deep breaths through each stretch. Gently unwind. And the last thing we will do is lower down onto our mats. Going into happy baby. Squeeze your knees into your chest, and then grab the outside or inside edges of your feet, your shin bones. If you want to straighten and bend the legs, massage the low back, whatever feels good here. This one's just a super easy hip release right here. That just feels really nice, really relaxing. I guess that's why they call it happy baby. our final pose, we will either set up for Supta Baddha Konasana or Fallen Bridge. I am going to sit at a little bit of an incline. You do not have to. You can lay fully on the ground if that feels better for you. Supta Baddha Konasana is placing the soles of your feet to touch, opening your knees wide. And then your second option is Fallen Bridge, bringing your knees close together and your heels wide. So I will give you the option to stay here as long as you would like. For now, this is the end of our video. Thank you for watching.